I've been working with Buildxact for over 7 years. And one of the first things I did when I joined the company is we did some research. We went out and talked to builders and asked them a lot of questions. And one of them was, how many hours a week do you spend doing paperwork compared to how many hours a week do you spend actually building stuff? And the average was 26 hours spent each week on quoting and doing paperwork. I figure, well, 26 hours, that's a lot of time, right? When do you get a chance to build everything? And so understanding what the pressures were, what builders were facing in terms of administration, responding to quotes, we built a program that is designed to take or give you those hours back. Manual processes, I've been having lots of conversations today, people taking 5, maybe 9 days to do a full home takeoff for a single-family residential home. Buildxact has been around for 15 years, 2011, and we've been capturing data on all of the projects we've digitized since 2011. And so with the advent of AI agents, we've trained the agents to be able to look at that 15 years of data and actually build the component assemblies and the estimates to create a statement of work for you almost instantaneously. So something that would take 5 or 9 days has now been reduced down to minutes. Now, great, right? So we've saved some time. We talk about ROI. If it was just based on indexed pricing, perhaps, it would have marginal value. So to solve for that, we've actually been working with Home Depot for a couple of years on building our back-end technologies and integrating them. And so we wanted the agents to be able to also look inside your channel distributors and your suppliers' ERPs and pull your contract pricing directly out of those ERPs on the fly. So if you go to one of these screens here now, you can run through a process with our AI agents, so you can build a full statement of work for a single family home within a couple of minutes. When you think about just time saved, I don't know how much what do you allocate your time at? $150 an hour? 200 an hour? So except let's go for my 20 hours. Let's not do 26, 20 hours a week doing administration, right? Let's get that back. So we're at $4,000 a week, just in time saved, right? Then we move to the next area of ROI. When builders come to us, generally, they're winning 1 in every 6 jobs. About 15% of the jobs that they bid, they win. After they use Buildxact for a few weeks, their quote to award rate accelerates, it skyrockets. And today, the average builder inside of Buildxact is winning 1 in 3 jobs. It's 29.9% quote to award rate. So now not only do you have you banked the $4,000 for the work that you haven't had to do, you've now increased your quote to award rate, which is increasing the velocity of your business. Let's talk about the third area of ROI. When we meet builders that are not using our product, they generally build a proposal by going back and looking at past projects or indexed prices, and they build a guesstimate of the value and they send that as a proposal to a client. Now, before they send it as a proposal, generally they put their overhead and profit on there, and then they add, on average, 20% to that. It's one of the reasons why they're only winning 1 in 6 jobs, right? Unfortunately, if they win the job and they don't manage the job well, that 20% just gets eaten. It gets lost in change orders not documented, variations not captured, and so they get to the end of the job and the profit margin's gone. So now we're not just talking about revenue accretion, we're talking about actually being a more profitable business on the way through. Buildxact gives you the opportunity. You might have seen the automatic remittance records. Gives you an opportunity to see your cash flow position on an ongoing basis through the life cycle of your project. So 3 areas, right? Time not spent on unproductive things, quote to award rate increases, and then you retain profitability and margin through your project. This is 3. So let's just go macro on this for a minute. The average builder using Buildxact has an average project value of $170,000. And they do on average 8 to 10 projects a year. So we're going to say now $1.5 million worth of project value a year. That's on average. Buildxact, if you take our master subscription, costs you a little bit more than $5,000 a year. $5,000 against $1.5 million, it's in the margins. But if you begin to multiply that compounding effect of the time not spent on doing fruitless paperwork, the ability to win more work, and the ability to capture and recapture profit on the way through, really the idea that investing in a productivity software like Buildxact is anyway a cost is a bit of an anomaly. Right? Just one error and omission in one of those 10 jobs through the year, let's say you underestimated the amount of sheathing that had to go on the job. Or maybe you got the framing right, but you miscalculated the fixings. You could easily burn $5,000 just with one line item error. So we're not even calculating that in ROI at the moment. You know? And I think probably I'll finish by saying this. The price you pay for the software is not the real investment. The real investment is in yourself. Are you prepared to do that work initially, commit to the change, to get Buildxact populated with your project information so that it can be as productive as its potential is? That's the true commitment. Most of our customers stay with us. And the reason they stay with us is that when they make that commitment, it streamlines their work so much. It changes their whole relationship to their business. One of our customers who is around here somewhere went in 3 years, went from $600,000 in project value to $5.5 million. Did he put on another estimator? No. Did he hire anybody else? No. He's still doing the estimates himself, but he's able to run that workflow on a $5 million business with less time than it took him to run it on a $600,000 business. But you know, his real return on ROI, when he came to us because his wife insisted he call us. Why did she insist he call us? Because he was having heart arrhythmia, because of the stress of the business. She said, you either go stop this or solve it. So true ROI is not the numbers I just shared with you. True ROI is, you know, am I running this business or is this business running me? And when you get that time back and you get control, you can pretty much go wherever you want with the business. Not really worth thinking about. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And then just to add on to what Steve was saying, our builder, Josh Bradway, from 2023, he became a Buildxact user. 2024, he had $945,000 in annual revenue. In 2025, he's projected to do $4 million revenue forecasted. He has achieved a 95% error reduction rate and will Buildxact an accuracy of 99%. 80% in time reduction. With his estimating, he was able to do 5x in efficiency increase and a slippage rate of under 1% at 0.83. Josh Bradway will be around, so feel free to talk to him when you get a chance. Redhead. He currently uses Estimate Generator, Takeoff Assistant, and the Estimate Reviewer to speed his process and reduce his overhead, so he doesn't have to hire for those costs. Any questions?
I have a quick one, Shay. I'm over here. Slippage, what do you mean by slippage in the previous slide?
Yeah, slippage can be scope gaps. It could also be the amount of waste that's been added onto the project just because you don't feel certain.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Shay. Thank you very much.
Be sure to speak to a representative.